Hello there, kia ora. The other day, this news story had a lot of people asking whether or not we need to start normalizing telling conspiracy theorists and sovereign citizens to F off. Well, the research is actually pretty clear on this. The answer is a categorical yes for a whole range of reasons, not just because it feels good, but that is a tiny, tiny little part of it. You see, the way that language works is pretty uniform. We all who use the same language understand the meaning of the words that we're using. But swear words themselves, well, they're an emphasis tool. They help you understand even more the emphasis that the writer or the speaker is using. And using something like swear words when it comes to writing an email where you tell a sovereign citizen to F off, it makes it really brutally clear what that emphasis is. But by using those, it actually builds trust in the reader or the listener because it feels like a bit of a window to the soul. It is an emphasis word that you're using that might cause offense to some people, but at the same time lets people know exactly how you feel. There's also the fact that, well, it's really good for our brain. You see, our brain, as you know, is made up of two hemispheres. There's an analytical and a creative side. And swearing, unplanned swearing, the emotive kind, connects the two. And as we've seen from MRI scans, that's a really good thing to create a healthy brain. So, swearing when you're angry or upset at somebody, like telling a sovereign citizen to F off, that can actually be really good for your brain. But then there's also the fact that communication with somebody like a sovereign citizen or a conspiracy theorist is also kind of problematic. Research that was done in 2022 showed that it's really difficult to communicate with people who hold these ideologies and don't want to look anywhere else. Their biases are so entwined with what they believe, nothing you can say is going to change their perspective. And if you sit down and you have a conversation with someone, they tend to see that as a sign that they should keep talking and keep believing those things because obviously you're still paying attention. There's also the issue that when it comes to talking to conspiracy theorists, that a lot of the goals move when you point out any issues or fallacies with their arguments. And so it becomes impossible to keep your footing. So, according to psychologists, the best thing you can do is shut them down really fast. And there's a really simple way that you can do that by telling them to F off. And this, in a way, kind of blocks them from spreading more misinformation and disinformation and gives them a really clear signal that not only do you not want to hear any more of this, but that you are emotionally interested in making sure you don't hear any more of this. So it's a really quick, clear way of getting a message across, as well as really good for your brain and a really, really interesting piece of the way that we communicate.